This month, we are celebrating Creative Living Fellowship's 20 years of expressing God's love, being God's light, and living God's truth. 20 years ago, April 23rd was the actual date. But this month, the month of May, we're celebrating this amazing anniversary. And last Saturday night, a week ago, and last Sunday, we had an amazing experience here, a gala concert, party, and then an amazing experience on Sunday. And I'm still reeling a little bit from that. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm still, whoa. I have to confess, I was completely and totally wiped out on Monday and Tuesday. Whoa. But anyway, my energy is back now, but I still am vibrating at a higher level because of the experience that we had together, celebrating, commemorating where we've been as a spiritual community, who we are today, and then moving into our future. And we're doing that this month, not only about the church collectively, but about us individually. Individually, where have we been on our spiritual journey, on our journey of evolution, and the journey of the expansion of our soul? Where have we been? Where are we now? Where are we going? Every week we're going to look at some aspect of that, and we're going to honor where we've been, celebrate who we are, and set the tone for where we're going. Today's talk is inspired by a quote from the Sufi poet Hafiz. I know many of you are Hafiz fans. And the Sufi poet Hafiz once said, "I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being." I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. And I actually think that is what CLF has done for 20 years. We have helped people who were lonely or in the darkness see their astonishing light. And then, once we see it, to then incubate it and send it out into the world to shine even brighter. So while it is our job, that is why we are here as a spiritual community, to help people do that. As our founder, Ernest Holmes, said, we as a community can only help. It said, a teacher can only show us the way. We, however, have to be the ones to actually do it. We have to be the ones to actually know that that light is within us, and then to make the conscious choice to let it shine. Today, we're going to work on bringing that and instilling that so much in us that our lights do shine. We know who we are, and our lights do shine. So I know that many of you are absolutely enthralled with quotes, with inspiring quotes. Yes, how many quoties do I have out there? Yes, yes. You love inspiring quotes. Well, I do too. I absolutely do too, and I love it. I'm not a big person on Facebook, as you probably have noticed. I'm not out there. I'm not out there on Facebook, but every now and then I'll get, fairly regularly, somebody will email me something they saw, a quote that they saw on Facebook. So I love that Facebook is good for that. It's good for a lot of things as well. But I love it that beautiful, positive, affirming, inspirational statements are being shown out there on Facebook. But as I was doing some research for this talk, I ran across a little YouTube video of a series of quotes that actually starts with the Hafiz quote I just shared with you, and then has a number of other ones that just touch into this idea of who you are and the light that you are. And it was combined with some nice music and some photos. So it occurred to me that it might be a good thing for us all to watch. And we will post this on our website so that you can go back and look at it. And I also want to say that as you're reading these quotes, you will, and as you're reading it, you'll get to the name of the person who's quoted it, and it's a long line, and it's a long word, a long line of words, and you'll think, oh, I don't know who that is. Look at the last word, and then you will know who it is. And actually, I'll just give you a heads up. It's Rumi. It's so-and-so, 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 Rumi. And so we often call that 13th century Persian poet, not by his full name, but by Rumi. So some of these are Rumi quotes. So we have Hafiz, we've got Rumi, we've got Mother Teresa, and some others. So I just want to take a moment for you to enjoy this little video.
Now has come along. Take it, leave it, come along with me. Light shines so bright.
So you just read up there words of truth, capital T truth, coming from a variety of faith walks, a variety of centuries, words of truth. The challenge is, in this human experience that I witness going on all the time, we don't always believe these words of truth. We don't know that we are astonishing lights. We don't know the magic that is in us. We don't look at ourselves the way, as one of the final quotes of Rumi, that way God looks, there was Hafiz, that the way God looks at us. We don't see ourselves that way. Or we maybe see ourselves a little bit, or we start coming to a church like this and we hear these things and maybe it's starting to sink in a little bit, but don't put me out there yet. I can't share, I can't shine that light because I'm not ready, I'm not prepared, I'm not deep enough, I'm not expanded enough, I'm not this. We have those kinds of things going on. And so I want to give you a little example of how that can happen and what happens when that does happen. And in this, I want you to notice if you see yourself in any of these scenarios. So today's multimedia day. We just had our video. Now we're going to have a little something else. And here it is. There was a blackout one night when the lights went out. I fumbled to the closet where I keep the candles for nights like this. I picked one up, and as I turned to leave with the candle in my hand, I heard a voice.
Now, hold it right there.
Who said that?
I did.
Who are you? Or maybe I should say, what are you?
I'm a candle. Can't you tell? Please, don't take me out of here.
What?
I said, please don't take me out of this closet.
What do you mean, don't take you out of this closet? Your job is to give light. It's dark out there. I need to take you out there so you can shine your light.
But I'm not ready to go out there. I need more preparation.
What do you mean, more preparation?
Well, just that, more preparation. You see, I really need to research this job of light giving so I won't go out, make a bunch of mistakes, and make a fool of myself. You'd be surprised how distorted the glow of an untrained candle can be.
Oh my gosh. Well, all right then. You are not the only candle on the shelf. Well, I'll just take another.
We aren't going either.
What? What do you mean you aren't going either? You're candles. Your job is to light the dark places.
Well, that may be what you think. You may think we have to go, but I'm busy. I'm meditating on the importance of life. It's really enlightening.
Well, how about you? Are you going to stay in here too?
I'm waiting to get my life together. I'm not stable enough.
Well, what about you? You're my last hope.
I'd like to help, really. I would, but lighting the darkness is not my gift. You see, I'm a singer. I sing to the candles to encourage them to burn more brightly. Here we go. This little light of mine.
Oh, my golly.
I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
And so, the four little candles filled the closet with song about light, but refused to come out and actually let it shine. So did you see yourself in any of those scenarios? I'm not prepared. I haven't done enough research. I am too busy meditating on being enlightened to go out and actually do it. Oh, no, that's not my gift. I can't do that. Did any of us see any of that? Lonnie, could you get these lights as well, I think? Or maybe Diana needs to turn them on. Give us those two, Diana, so I can be in the light. One more. Bank one. It's bank one. Ah, yay, there it is. So many of us, and maybe not you sitting in here, but maybe there's one person here this morning who needs to hear this. Many of us take our value, take our self-worth from the things that we have learned, from the things that we have accumulated, from the opinion of others. We take our value or our devalue from those things. And the things that we have accumulated and the things that we have learned and people's opinions and evaluations of us, all of those in this human experience are relevant. They're factors. We could even say that they're important to us. I'm not minimizing those things. Yes, it's fine to accumulate things that make us comfortable in this world. Yes, it's wonderful to have great education and knowledge, spiritual knowledge, intellectual knowledge. Yes, of course, especially those of us who are recovering perfectionists, we care about what other people think about us. Yes, we do. I had someone in first service when I said that after service, she says, I want you to know, Michelle, I too am a recovering perfectionist and I'm perfect at it. Yeah, rock on. That's a girl after my own heart. So yes, of course, those things are important in some respects, but they are not what matters. They are not where we're going to get our self-worth and our self-value. And if we try to get our value from those things, from what we know or who we know or what we've accomplished or what we've achieved or what we've accumulated or what people think, if we only get the sense of who we are from those things, it will be exactly like a drug. A drug, alcohol, any addiction. Any of us who have any addictions at all, and every single one of us have addiction to something. I'm just telling you, we all have addictions to something until we heal from them. Shopping, alcohol, drugs, chocolate, whatever it might be, food, we have addictions. Sex, whatever it is, we have them. But anyway, I wanted to make sure I got that one in. Just didn't want to leave any of you out. All right. Oh, the new people are going, really? Did she really just? Yes, she did. It's like a drug because there's never enough. There's enough. Okay, so now that's enough. I've had enough. But now it becomes not enough. And now I need to have more. We know this. And then that's not enough. And then we have to have more. And then that's not enough. And then we have to have more. There is an unquenchable thirst. There is an unfillable hole that is in us if we try to fill our self-worth, take our value from those things. The only thing that will fill us up truly and in a lasting way is when we know that we know that we know who and whose we are. That we take our value and our worth by knowing that we are made in the image and likeness of God. That because the source of all life called us into being exactly as we are. That's when we can have true sense of value, a true sense of worth, a true sense of awareness of the light that we are. When we know that the source of life called us into being exactly as we are. I think that needs to be an affirmative statement. I think we need to say that. And so this is how it's going to go. Let me say it once and then we can see if we can repeat it all in once. The source of all life called me into existence exactly as I am. Can we do that one? The source of all life called me into existence exactly as I am. Nice. Now, those of you who are new and you're wondering, what is it with this business? The congregation they just automatically did this. So I'll just bring you into the loop. Science, and we love it when science and spirituality start to walk hand in hand, as our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, said one day it would. Science has shown that not only does our mind affect our body, but our body affects our minds. And our body affects our body language, our body positioning affects how we feel about ourselves. And there was a study about power positions. And a power position, an empowering position, is this, with shoulders back, arms up, and even standing up. It's kind of like Wonder Woman position, boom, boom, right? So that's why people did that. And I'm surprised some of you didn't bounce up because first service, like standing up, because we know that that's even more. So let's try it one more time. Because the source of all life called me into being. All right, you got it. Just give yourselves a hand for that. Good job. This is where we take our value. This is where we take our self-esteem. This is where we know who we are. Are we, however, thinking thoughts like that on a regular basis? Good. Yay, way to go, Jeannie. Psychologists say that 97% of our waking hours, there's chatter going on inside our brain. Those of you who are deep meditators and spend time in meditation, all right, we'll give you 90%, okay? But chatter. How much of the chatter is about things like that? That I am a being of light, that I am here because the source of all life called me into being exactly as I am. How much of the chatter in our brains is that? Versus, well, I really made that mistake. I really blew that. Wow, I'm not really good enough. Man, if you only knew my history, you wouldn't think I was the source of light. It's that stuff goes on in our head. So let me just ask this, and I'm going to give you a little example. How many of you are like this? You make a mistake. Okay, so we've all made a mistake, right? Is it true? Everybody here made like some little mistake? Several. I made a couple. We've made a mistake. Something doesn't go. We do. And what we know here is that there really aren't any mistakes. Every single thing that happens in our lives, everything is an opportunity for expansion and growth. Everything. Now, whether we take that opportunity is the question, but everything is an opportunity for expansion and growth. But we may have something in our lives that appears to be a mistake. Maybe it's in our business and it's in a relationship, whatever it might be. So it happens in a period of, whatever the time is, there it was in that moment, but then it lives on. It lives on, and in fact, it often gets even bigger in here, right? Because we repeat it. We go over it again. Anybody do this? We go over it in our minds, and I shouldn't have, and I could have, and I should have done it this way, and on, and the what ifs, and the whys, and on, and on. So this thing that was this period of time, it becomes the mantra that we play in our head. This is the time for us to say no more to that. To say no more to that. Because there are always divine do-overs. We always get a divine do-over. I want to give you an example of a divine do-over. So I said to you a couple of weeks ago, maybe it was last month, I think, I challenged all of you with a challenge that I challenge myself with every year. Every year, do one thing that really scares you. One thing that would cause you to stretch. Every year, make sure you do one thing and do it. Sometimes they happen intentionally. Sometimes I look at them and go, oh, well, that was it. I didn't know that was it. But do one thing that stretches you, that scares you. So this particular year, it was a couple of years ago, my one thing that I was going to do to stretch me was to join our choir. Because I had been told as a young woman that I couldn't, and I quote, carry a tune in a bucket. Those were the words I was told by the person who was really cute. He who was really cute. I kind of liked him. And he was sitting next to me, and we were singing, and he said to me, oh, Michelle, you cannot carry a tune in a bucket. The perfectionist didn't care for that very much, so she shrank and believed she couldn't carry a tune in a bucket. So here comes this moment. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to grow. And I love to sing. And so I decided to join the choir. And I did. And Sandy was in the choir at the time. And Leo. Yes, thank you, Sandy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's my biggest fan. Thank you. But here's what happened. So we've been rehearsing and we've been practicing and getting ready for Thanksgiving Eve. We have a beautiful Thanksgiving Eve service. Peter, you were in the choir, I think, when this happened. Great, beautiful Thanksgiving Eve service. And we were going to sing a lovely chant. I can't even remember the name of the song. I probably blocked it out of my memory. But we were going to sing this beautiful chant, and there were little places for little pop-out solos, just little spots. It was just a couple of lines just for a little solo here and there. And I worked with Cerise, who was at that time our choir director, to sing one of those solos. Because I realized I actually can carry a tune in a bucket. I need some help. I need a lot of guidance, and I need confidence, that's for sure, but I can carry a tune. So I'm going to step out even further. I'd already stepped out with being in the choir. Now I'm going to step out even further and sing by myself in a microphone 2 lines of a song. So here we are. It's the grand finale song. And I'm standing right here. I'm an alto, so I'm over here with our altos. And they hand me the microphone. And I know that the congregation's going to think this is fun because I've shared my journey about thinking I can't sing. So here it comes, and it's my time for solo, and there was nothing in there. Yeah, there was something here, cotton. There was cotton in my brain, but there weren't lyrics, I'll tell you that. Nothing. It felt like an eternity. It was probably 3 seconds. I don't know, for Cerise, who was directing us, looking at me like, hello? what are you doing? And of course, the music doesn't stop. It's just keeping going. And finally, Cerise catches, probably in 2.5 seconds, that, Michelle doesn't have the lyrics. So she mouthed them. And I got to sing maybe 2 words. I don't know, 3 words, 4 words, whatever. And I walked away from that experience going, oh, wow. Michelle, our services here aren't amateur hour. They're not a time for people to blow it like that. And you really blew it. All right, take a breath, practice what you preach, don't beat yourself up over this, and there's such a thing as divine do-overs. And I've got this platform, so I can kind of do whatever I want up here. I think there are advantages to this, right? So I decided the next Sunday, which was just a couple days later, I'm going to have a divine do-over, darn it, and I'm going to sing that line, and boy, did I belted it out, and I nailed it. And it was amazing. Go ahead, clap, because it was amazing. And I wish I could remember the song because I would do it for you right now, but I can't remember what it was. But I did learn a couple of secrets. I learned a couple of solo secrets that, I'm going to let you in on solo. Daria said in first service, I feel kind of naked now that Michelle has disclosed soloist secrets. So here are 2 soloist secrets that I learned after the fact. Number 1, unless you absolutely know that song, and even then, you just want to have lyrics close by, because you never know. Often close by. This man's got them so in, he doesn't need them, but most people have lyrics close by. The other one, and this is the real secret. Are you ready for this one? If you forget the lyrics, just make it up. Most people won't know the difference. And those who do know the difference will just think you're being creative, right? So just make it up. So that's what I will do from now on if I ever choose to do that again. We are in a religious science church, and the umbrella of religious science is called New Thought. My question to you is, how often do you have a new thought about yourself? How often do you think a thought, not that one of, oh my gosh, I blew it, or I'm not good enough, or I don't have enough, or whatever those may be, whatever the committee, that committee that goes on in the head, whatever the committee may be saying, when have you, as the chairman, by the way, of that committee, when have you chosen to have a new thought? Are you standing guard at the portal of your mind, to quote Ralph Waldo Emerson? Stand guard at the portal of your mind and do not let enter, or at least if they enter, don't let them hang around too long, any chatter that is anything other than wonderful, wonderful, wonderful me. Or these words that the Apostle Paul gave to the Philippians. The Apostle Paul wrote many letters to many different communities, and one of them was to the Philippians. And he said these words, you may have heard these words before, but I want you to put them in the context of you now, not just general, the context of you. Apostle Paul wrote, finally, my brethren, whatever is true, whatever is honest, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely about you, whatever is of good report, if there is any virtue, and there is, if there is anything to praise, and there is, think about these things. There it is. There's your guidance right there. There's your guidance right there. So I said this month we are looking at where we've been, where we are, where we're going. We're looking at that bridge across time. And I want to make that really personal to us this morning. I want us to have a couple of moments of personal reflection on how clearly can we see the amazing, astonishing lights of God that we are. Perhaps you can see it more clearly today than you could in the past. But I want us to see it even more clearly going in the future. So if you'd like to join me in closing your eyes. And I just invite you in your mind, this will be a very personal journey for you. I invite you in your mind to go to the beginning of the bridge of your spiritual awakening, your spiritual expansion, your spiritual evolution. Now that beginning of the bridge may be 50 years ago. I know we had people in first service who have been studying these teachings and embodying these ways of thinking for that many years. Maybe you too have embraced this a beautiful, expansive way of thinking for that long. Maybe it's new. Maybe it's 5 minutes ago when you walked in the door here, half an hour ago. Wherever you are in the journey of expanding your consciousness into knowing who and whose you are, put yourself there and know that that's the beginning of your bridge. And at that point, there's not a lot of awakenedness. There's not a lot of expansion. There's not a lot of enlightenment. And there may be a lot of stuff there that you would just as soon not have there, that you have regarded as mistakes, things you wish you hadn't done, ways you wish you hadn't been, experiences you wish you hadn't had. You may have all of that at that point, that beginning point, that initiating point on the bridge. And if that's true, if that's so, would you in this moment just put light on that you? Surround you with a golden light of love and acceptance. I'm not even going to say forgiveness. I want to take it higher than forgiveness. It's acceptance. Knowing what I said before is true, that everything that occurred in your life to that moment brought you to that moment. And it was important for you so that you might walk across this bridge. So we just take a moment to honor who you were. And now, you walk across. And again, if that journey is a journey of 50 years or it's a journey of this last hour, you walk across as you have moved into expanding and to recognizing who you are. You walk across as you've begun to see that you are an amazing light in the world, that you are the expression made in the image and the likeness of God. Keep walking as you realize that God brought you into this life exactly as you are on purpose. There isn't a mistake. That you are an expression of the divine light and life. And so walk across this bridge realizing this and take yourself to the other side of the bridge, which is right here in this room today. Right where you are. Oh, and how we celebrate right who we are right here and right now. With the things we've let go, the way we've grown, the new ways we look at life, the new experiences in life we're having. I'm not saying it's all perfect and we've done it all right. No, we're still growing. Of course, we're still learning. But this moment we celebrate who we are. So I just want you in your own heart and your own mind, celebrate who you are. Be grateful for who you are right here and right now. The being of light, astonishing being of light that you are. Just celebrate that. And in that revelry and celebration, you look up and you happen to notice that there's another bridge in front of you. And this bridge just isn't an arc, but it is an ascending arc. It is an arc as a bridge is an arc, but it's going higher and higher. And I just want you to put one foot on that bridge. Because that is the bridge of your future. That is the bridge of your further expansion. That is the bridge of the next and the next and the next and the next spiral around the evolution of your consciousness. And that is the bridge that brings even greater light in as and through you and out to the world. That is the bridge that attracts back to you more love, more joy, more prosperity, more health, more clarity, more peace. And so we set the intention here as we put our feet on that bridge of the future. Absolutely celebrating where we are and knowing how beautiful the places are that we are going. And so in that space, in that consciousness, I want to share with you one more quote. This one is a little bit longer. It's a poem from that beautiful Sufi master, Rumi. And it goes like this. Although you appear in earthly form, your essence is pure consciousness. You are the fearless guardian of divine light. So come, return to the root of your own soul. You were born from the rays of God's majesty when the stars were in their perfect place. How long will you suffer from the blows of a non-existent hand? So come, return to the root of your own soul. You are a ruby encased in granite. How long will you deceive us with this outer show? Oh, friend, we can see the truth in your eyes. So come, return to the root of your own soul. Soul of all souls, life of all life, you are that. Seen and unseen, moving and unmoving, you are that. The road that leads to the city is endless. Go without head and feet, and you'll already be there. What else could you be? You are that. My friends, do you see that? Do you clearly see that? My hope and my prayer this moment is that each of us clearly sees who we are. An astonishing light in this world. And so it is.